Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's Daily Free Winner Show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Guys, we have an amazing panel today. Normally, you know, Joey, I'm long-winded, but I can say good morning. By the time I'm done, it's lunchtime, but I'm going to throw away the bones, just give you the meat, guys. Let's bring on our all-star panel. This is one of the best guests we've ever had on the show.
It's an amazing one.
Let me tell you, I was talking before the show, this is like going to see like your current Yankees team, and all of a sudden the Mejia and Mantle show up, and it's just great stuff. We've got the best guest ever in the history of the First Family Show.
I kind of feel like I'm on the Bachelorette show with all of you guys.
Well, the host of The Bachelor. Don't get Ross started today. You know he's got a crutch on you. Let's go around the horn, and then we're going to say good morning to everybody individually. Don Buster's in the house. Ross Benjamin, KT, Kevin Thomas, Pavlos, Laguretos, and Tony Mejia. I should be a fighting announcer. Guys, let's start with Don Buster. Good morning, Don. How are you?
I'm good, Joe. Very good. Good to see everybody. I'm glad to be back on the show. Hopefully, I'll be here for the next 3 Wednesdays. And you know what? I might be down in Vegas. Won't be here on the Wednesday, but I might be down Thanksgiving to see you guys in person. So that'll be good. Going to go down and watch some NFL football and some college. Maybe Michigan, Ohio State plays on that Saturday. So should be a good weekend.
Well, guys, I got to tell you, Don, you were missed around here. We're glad you're back. Don said he'll definitely be here the next several Wednesdays for sure, but he's never going to be not on the First Family Show. As long as he's doing videos, he'll be here. Trust me, I promise you that. My good buddy, he's wearing a hat just to rub it in because he's got a lot better hair than I do. Ross Benjamin, good morning, Ross. How are you today?
It's real good, Joe. Thank you for having me once again. Flattered to be on the show with the panel you have assembled here.
I love it. My good buddy, Kevin Thomas, very happy his Phillies are doing quite well. Kevin, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I couldn't be any happier. I mean, all the home runs last night and all the doubters are becoming believers. So let's keep it rolling.
Absolutely. My good buddy. He's the Greek god of soccer, Pavlos. Look how stoic he looks today. I love you, Pavlos. Good morning, buddy. How are you today?
Good morning, everyone. Super excited to be here. Another Wednesday, another free soccer play, another winner. Last week we had another winner, and I have more winners for you guys. And this is one of the most amazing shows I've ever been with, no doubt.
I got to tell you, Pavlos, I bet your play again last week, 14-0. You keep this up, you're going to rival Joe DiMaggio's win streak from a consecutive bet you've given me. I love you. My good buddy, Tony Mejia. Tony's in the sportsbook early as well. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Doing great. Just reading the news that Dan Snyder might finally sell the Commanders. So we'll see if that is legit or not.
Wow.
But yeah, beyond that, just busy day in sports, obviously with the NFL trade deadline yesterday and baseball and Champions League today and college football with action. So I've been up since 3 a.m. my time because I went to sleep early. As I mentioned to you, I was not feeling well, and now I'm feeling better.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better, and Tony's a trooper. Thanks. By the way, Tony, I got in trouble like 2 weeks ago. I said that I called them the Redskins, and I got in trouble. I offended somebody. Guys, if I offend you by calling that team the Redskins, all the other crap that comes out of my mouth, oh my God, that is just ridiculous. Guys, we got a great panel. Dia's got a couple of discounts she's going to tell you about. We're going to get right into it, but we are live. So if you do have questions or comments for our panel, I'm going to try to get to them during the show. It's a big panel. Please be patient with us, but fire away. Dionne, tell us about our discount.
Yeah, so $2 Tuesday is still available going over at Sports Memo. Your 3 $2 featured cappers are JM Sports, The Insider's Room, and Don Buster. You can get them each for $2 a piece, or you can get all 3 for just the low price of $5. But if you buy Don Buster's $2, 5% NFL play for Sunday, you will receive a special code inside there to get the rest of 2022 NFL all access for just $3.99. But in order to get that code, you do have to purchase that $2 play from him, or better yet, get all 3 for just a low price of $5.
Heck, when the good people over at Sports Memo sent me this morning, I went and I bought the $2 play from Don Buster because I wanted the rest of his football for $3.99. You can't beat that with a bat. Guys, We have any other
We
discounts
do.
today?
We also have.
I'm excited today.
I know.
I still can't move my back. I'm kind of moving. I'm kind of like moving like De Niro. I'm doing this. I'm doing that De Niro move where he doesn't move. But yeah, we're very excited. Dan, tell us about the other discount.
Yeah, so you can get $100 off of any football season package, including the combo package. All you have to do is use code Touchdown100. That'll get you $100 off any football season package.
My friends, I told you we're throwing away the bones, giving you the meat. We're going to kick off the show. He is an icon and a pioneer of the sports betting industry. I said it before. I'll say it again. Do something once, do it twice. You're lucky. Do it over years. You're very good. Do it for decades. There's only a few in any business or in any sport. Ross Benjamin is one of those rare few in sports betting. That's those Hooked on Phonics books. Now you know what to get me for Christmas. Hooked on Phonics books. Those in sports betting, guys. Ross is always a treat on this show because not only does he bring it and he wins consistently, he's got that infectious smile and he's a great guy. I know you love him. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side, and he's got another free winner for you. Ross, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joe, for that introduction. You're very kind. First of all, folks, NFL this season, regular season, number 3 ranked at Sports Memo. So you want to check me out there. My NFL plays right now 30-21 on the year, which is good for 59% and over 4,500 units made. And dating back to last year, we're on a 40-24 run in the NFL, which is 63.2%, folks. You're missing out if you're not purchasing my NFL daily packages, or even better, I would advise you go for the subscription plans because, as Dionne alluded to, not only with Buster, but a lot of good specials out there from all the great handicappers at Sports Memo. College football picking up 7-3 over the last 2 weeks. And my NBA is 41-29 with my last 70 dating back to last year. Solid 59%. So a lot of good things going on at Sports Memo. Check me out. Check my page out. All my streaks are updated. And let's go from there and make some money. All right, I'm going to take a look at the Western Michigan at Bowling Green game that goes tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And in case you're wondering, the game will be aired on ESPN2, so you can see it on national television. Western Michigan coming off a 16-10 win at Miami of Ohio, and they did so as a 7-point underdog, and that's important. I'll get to that later. But here's the thing. They're just 2-5 versus FBS opponents this year. Western Michigan also, in their last 5 games, all versus FBS opponents, they're averaging just 14.4 points per game and a little over 340 yards per contest. And we all know in action, there's a lot of points scored ordinarily, and it's tough to win in the MAC when you're that anemic offensively for over that long a stretch. Bowling Green, on the other hand, a 34-18 win in their last game at Central Michigan, which even the record at 4-4. I truly believe this is better than a 4-4 team, especially when they're playing within their own conference. 2 of their losses came on the road at number 10 UCLA and at Mississippi State, who was in the top 25 up until last week for the majority of the season. And I have a college football, betting angle on this game that comes from my 4D handicapping software. By the way, folks, you can look up 4D handicapping software online, and you'll see an article written about it by ESPN way back in 2003 to give you an idea of what I'm using. My angle goes like this: conference home favorites of 3.5 to 16.5, like Bowling Green is, and coming off a conference win by 10 or more, like Bowling Green is, and they're facing an opponent coming off a conference win as an underdog of 6 or greater, which I alluded to earlier, which Western Michigan is. Those conference home favorites within that point spread parameter, 42-7 against the spread since 1998. Joey, that's good for 85.7%. Guess what? I'm taking Bowling Green minus 4.5 over Western Michigan.
Ross Benjamin says he's taking BG, Bowling Green, tonight, minus the points. 4D. Wow, interesting stuff. You know, I've known about those programs for many, many years. Since I had hair, I'll tell you that. And they've been winning for many, many years. Ross is a winner. He said Bowling Green tonight. Follow him with that free play. But more importantly, he's been killing it. College and pro football. He told you that record. After the show, go over. Follow Ross at Sports Memo. You're going to follow him to the bank. Now, Ross has to take off. I always talk about this. He's walking like he's talking. He's got more games to put up for you today. So be sure to go to Sports Memo later today, after the show. Go check Ross because you never know. He might put up a couple of things that he wasn't aware of as of this point of this show. Ross, you are a winner. We love you. Everybody's going to go follow you after the show. They're going to go to Sports Memo. Good luck this weekend, and I will see you next week for sure.
Thank you for having me, Joe, and good luck to everybody on the panel as well.
You got it. Bye-bye,
Have a
Ross.
great day, Ross.
Bye-bye.
Same to you.
It's always great when we can lead off with Ross, isn't it, man?
It is.
It's a nice day, man. It's like leading off with Ricky Henderson. You know something exciting is going to happen. Well, let's go from Ricky Henderson to our Derek Jeter today. Sorry, Kevin. I know you're a Phillies fan. And by the way, guys, Kevin Thomas is nice enough not to throw in my face that the Yankees got their asses whooped last week. And he's a class act. And that's always what we expect from Kevin. He's a lot of fun, but great content. He's doing some great work over at Sports Memo.
Yes.
It's a leaderboard fixture. If I'm not mistaken, I saw his name all over the leaderboard. 3-day, 7-day, 3rd-day. He's everywhere. He's doing great work at Sports Memo. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side. And he's got another free play winner for you today on the First Family Show. Kevin, the floor is all yours, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me as usual. And Ross, that's a tough act to follow, but I'll try my best here. I got a game up in every sport that I cap going tonight. I got hockey, the college football MAC conference. I got basketball, and yes, I got baseball. You can get any one of those over there over at Sports Memo. You can check out all my records over there. You just click on the capper. You can click down to the thing, and then you can look at all the streaks and everything that you need to find there. If there's a sport that you favor that you like betting, I have one in each of those sports. So go ahead and check me out over at Sports Memo and check out all the great deals. Let's get right to what we're all here for, that free winner. Now, first off, I don't understand why everyone's down on the Phillies all the time. The NL has won 6 of the last 10 World Series. They have won 3 straight. The Phillies are undefeated at home in the playoffs up to this point. So I don't know why they keep coming in as dogs, but okay, we'll keep riding against them. So riding with them for the money. But I'm going on the total here. I'm looking at the first 5 under 3. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I first heard about this game, I thought Verlander was going to be starting for this game. And it doesn't matter. I know Christian Javier, he is a number 1 starter. I think he's pitched 6-some innings the last 2 playoffs. I know one was in relief, and he gave up 1 earned run in that time frame. So he's going to be on his best game, and Dusty Baker is going to be on his best game because Dusty Baker cannot let what happened in Game 1 happen in Game 4. We all watched that game where Verlander was pitching a gem going into the 4th inning, and then the wheels came off that train, and Dusty Baker should have made a move sooner. If he did, we would be looking at a 2-1 series Astros right now. And he didn't. He let it ride, and he can't make that mistake. So yesterday when Urquidy came in to finish out that game, he left Mullers out there, McMuller Jr. out there. We all knew they weren't going to win, so he was saving that bullpen for this game because this is a must-win for the Astros. They lose this game, this series is over. And on the other side, the Phillies, they did the same thing. They had such a big lead, they didn't have to use any of their go-to bullpen guys. They still have Eflin, they have Alvarado, they got Sir Anthony. They're all ready and primed to go. This is going to be first run given up. I can see the bullpen coming into play right away. So I'm going to go with the first 5 under 3 because you're getting plus 140 for this one. I think it's great value here, even with these 2 starters, because like I said, it's going to come down to the bullpens, and both of them are rested, and both of them want to win this game because the Phillies, they lose this game, they're going to either have to go with Syndergaard because they're refusing to use Wheeler until Game 6. So it's a must win, I think, for both teams. So I think it's safe to bet that under the under 3. So if you get 3, it's a push. Under 3, first 5, you're going to get plus 140.
Great stuff from our good buddy Kevin Thomas is under the first 5 tonight. Astros Phillies. Kevin's one of the sharpest minds in sports betting today. If you don't believe me, go check out his numbers. His numbers don't lie. He's all over the leaderboards over at Sports Memo. Kevin is going to take off. Okay, he's got some things to do. He's got to get more plays up, more winners. But he does have. He said, "You, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, you have a winner up already in every major sport. Is that correct?"
All the ones I cap. I don't do tennis or soccer. So yeah, you get hockey, college football, MLB, and NBA. I'm going to be looking at Thursday's action, actually, but I got some errands to run right now.
He's got some errands to run, guys. You got to walk it like you're talking. I know Kevin. He's going to get his bets down himself. Kevin, thank you for stopping by. Everybody's going to be going over to Sports Memo after the show, following you because they could see your name all over the leaderboards at Sports Memo. Have a great day today. Good luck. God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Good luck to everybody.
Take care, Kevin.
Guys, we have the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet over at Sports Memo and at WagerTalk. You know, you may think that WagerTalk and Sports Memo are two different companies. They're two different brands, but they're the same company. And the guys that we have at both sites are handpicked. They weren't just thrown together because they could sell games. These are the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet. And here at the First Family Show, we want to bring you the best of the best. So we went out, and you know, Tony Mejia and I, we wrote for a lot of the same publications over the years. And I got a huge respect for the way Tony writes, and that he wins a lot more than he loses. And also the fact that, and this is the same thing with me, you know, when you write columns and you're week to week, and you write a weekly column, you know, no matter what, you have a good week, you have a bad week, or you have a game that you say, I really like this, it doesn't come in. You know, you got to sit on that for a week. Plus, you got to give out games days before injuries, weather conditions, things like that, or even major line movements happen. And, you know, Tony was always one of them guys that he always was a winner. But he could have went 5-1 on a column, and he would say, you know, I do want to talk about that one loss in the following week. I always love that integrity about Tony because he is a winner and he has that integrity. But having him on here on the First Family Show every Wednesday has improved our show. And, you know, I didn't think we would get any better until Tony came along. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing over at WagerTalk, and he's got another free winner for you because his free winners are doing pretty good. Tony, take it away.
Oh, I appreciate that. We are 3-0 on the show since I started taping these with you guys. So one last week with the Jazz, barely, but we got there laying I believe 7 or 8, and they were able to squeak it out late, even though they almost blew that the cover. And then we've also won with some action and the big Tennessee-Alabama upset. So we're going to go back to the MAC. Ross came in with the Bowling Green play, so you can have yourself a MAC doubleheader if you'd like, because I believe the other game is on the ESPN Family Networks. I think it's the U, and it's Central Michigan at Northern Illinois. If you want to follow along with the write-up and see all my stuff, it's at wt.buzz/TM over at WagerTalk. And we are on the under tonight, Central Michigan and Northern Illinois. It's going to be a chilly night in DeKalb, where I've actually been there once, because back when I went to school, UCF was in the MAC, and UCF is 25th in the country in the new college football playoff rankings. So that goes to show you how well that program has now progressed, moving into the Big 12 next year. But I'll stop talking about them now. I'm just proud of the Knights. But yeah, Central Michigan and Northern Illinois play in action tonight. And here's the one thing you want to kind of take away. There's a full write-up on it. The 130th ranked kicking game in the country is part of the Central Michigan equation. They are 4 for 11 on field goals. That's 36.4%. That's a bad grade in school. That's terrible. And they're dead last, 131st out of 131 on on extra point accuracy. So even when they get into the end zone, they struggle. You know what? That is music to my ears when you want to bet the under. Action, typically high-scoring games, but I think that these two offenses, they've had some struggles with key personnel this year. So both of them have really struggled. They each have to run the table just to get to 6-6. So the loser tonight can forget about any bowls, and the winner, still a bad team, and has to run the table to try to get to 6-6. So you have the top running back from last year in the MAC, Lou Nichols III, trying to come back from an injury. He's been out the last couple of games. And then the quarterback at Central Michigan was replaced, Daniel Richardson. So they've got a new kid, Jace Bauer, who is more of a dual threat, really not a passer. All signs point to under here. So we'll ride the under at 57 points. DraftKings and Caesars have that this morning at that number, I believe, bet up from 56.5, because everybody sees action and wants to ride the over. Give me the under.
There you go, guys. Great stuff from Tony Mejia, who is a perfect 3-0. You can't argue with success, let alone perfection. My good buddy Tony Mejia says under tonight in the MAC. Tony, real quick, I know a lot of people out there, they think, oh, it's not the SEC, the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12, the Pac-12, the Power Fives. And they say, well, but there is gold in them there hills, guys. Don't dismiss something because it's during the week, it's midweek, or because it's quote-unquote a lesser conference. There is gold in them there hills. Don't give up on the Sun Belt and the MAC. And just because you don't hear about some of these guys, some of these teams in the headlines, every morning, or they're not in the top 5 or top 10 or even top 25, guys. There is gold in them there hills. Don't dismiss it. Don will always tell you that because he's a big advocate of some of these smaller conferences. I know we talked about this with Pavlos in soccer. Some of them, not every league is, because I'm learning a lot from soccer from Pavlos. But Tony, not every game has to be, or every play or every free play has to be in the Power 5. There is gold in them there hills, guys. Tony Mejia is a perfect 3-0 on this show. And
we're going for 4-0.
And I'm going to go for 4-0, and I got a feeling we're going to hit that perfect. We're going to stay perfect. Tony's a winner. Go over to WagerTalk, Tony, one more time. If you tell everybody what your buzz link is, please, for everybody.
Yeah, they all cash the same, Joe, for sure. WT.buzz/TM.
Gotta love him. Tony might stick around for a couple of minutes. I don't know. He's got a couple of other shows today. If he sticks around, you got a question for him. If we get to it, great. If not, he's going to take off. But, guys, go follow Tony over at WagerTalk. He's one of the best in the business, and we're always honored to have him here as a regular on the First Family Show. My friends, without any further ado, you've waited several weeks. We've waited several weeks for Don Buster.
And he's back.
Guys, I got to tell you, Don Buster is not just a fan favorite because he's so charming and wonderful and he wins a lot more than he doesn't. But because of the First Family, he's one of our favorites because we know when Don's on the show, we know we're going to start on one. Hey, by the way, I didn't have a cup of coffee in the last few hours. I knew Don was going to be on the show. He picks me up when he joins us. Don Buster is one of the best. And I know he's doing pretty good in a couple of sports over at Sports Memo, and he's a busy guy, And we're glad to have him back again for the next several weeks here on the First Family Show. Maybe we'll even meet him when he comes into town at the end of the month, right? Yeah. So Don Buster is going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing on the premium side, and he's got another free winner for you. Don, I'm happy to say, take it away.
Well, Joe and Dionne, I really appreciate all those good words that you say about me. Anyways, yeah, we're part, as Dionne had mentioned, we're part of the 3 handicappers. It's you can get all 3 plays for just $5. And I believe the other 2 guys have their plays on college football, our plays in NFL. So go check out that there. For tonight, tomorrow morning, Mejia, it's the PGA tournament. It's about 4 hours away from me, although it's Breeders' Cup Day. So we'll be actually betting horses this weekend instead of going over to watch the golf. But last week, hit was Seamus Power, 25-1. That's 2 outright winners we've had already this year. So we have our golf package up for this weekend. Go check that out, only $19. And let's hope that we go back to back. So anyways, for our free play tonight, we're going to the NHL. We're doing very well in the NHL to start the season. It's a long season, but as they say, so far so good. We have Toronto for the first period puck line, -0.5 at even money. Now, Toronto have lost 4 straight games, and but they are good and rested. They should be good to go here because they haven't played since Sunday. Philadelphia, they played last night in New York, and it was a grueling game against a rival. They end up losing in overtime, and now less than 24 hours later, they've got to come to Toronto and play a Leafs club that are really desperate for a win. And we believe them with Philadelphia playing last night, coming to Toronto. We believe that's key for the start for this Leafs club. Philadelphia's been playing really well, actually. Been playing really well. One of the reasons is Carter Hart, the goaltender, and he's been playing outstanding for him. Actually stole a couple games for them in the last maybe 2-3 weeks. But he's not in net tonight because he played last night. Felix Sandstrom will be in net. That's another plus for the Leafs. We really believe Toronto's going to just jump on him right from the start. And I'll tell you, the fans in Toronto are restless. And every man in that locker room knows it. They know they come out and play like crap that first period. There's going to be a lot of boos from that crowd. And like I say, they're very restless fans there. I say Toronto comes out. They might even get a 2-goal lead after the first period. Really like this play. And it's Toronto first period, -0.5 on the puck line at even money, because Toronto's like minus 300. We'll never lay anything like that. It's even at -1.5. I think it's I think it's like -130 or so. So we don't want any part of that. We always try to play small favorites and underdogs in NHL. And this is the best play in this game tonight. Great
stuff from Don Buster, who's doing great. Another great start to the NHL season, but it's what you've come to expect from Don Buster. He said, wow, I'm just so happy Don's back on the show. Maple Leafs first period, -0.5 a goal. Great stuff. And he does the great betting insights you get from the cappers that contribute here to the first image show. He says, small favorites, dogs. That's the way to go. God bless you. See, it's true. Guys,
Bless you.
Thank you.
See, Don's a class act. He came on that, but I love Don Buster. He's going to stick around for a few minutes. I know he's got a busy schedule as well, but he's going to stick around. You got any questions for Don? We're going to try to get through them before the end of the show. We're going to go now. It's not an easy task to be the best looking person on a panel with Ross, Don, Kevin, Tony, Pavlos, or even your host, Sexy Joey. See, it's true. I am sexy. It's true. Guys, I'm going to tell you, it's not.
Maybe she's allergic to you, Joe.
See, it's true, right? We planned that out all morning. No, guys, it's not an easy task to be the best looking person on this panel. It's not even, and it's certainly not an easy task to be one of the most successful handicappers this time of the year, because you got college and pro football, you got NBA, you got baseball winding down, you got NHL, you got college basketball right around the corner. But the First Lady of Las Vegas is killing it. Another winner in the NBA last night on the premium side. I know she dropped her free play yesterday.
I did.
Guys, I want you to know, Don, I don't know if I know that you've been busy the last few months and whatnot. You're doing your traveling and whatnot. But Dionne, her free plays on this show, the college and pro football shows and the family affair shows, over 80% for like going on almost 4 months. She's killing it. And if her free plays are winning, what do you think her premium plays are going to do? And just last night, I think you had the Phoenix Suns.
I did. I had the Phoenix Suns yesterday and as a premium play, and they did win for me. So I am now hitting 66.7% in my NBA.
In NBA. And I got to tell you, she's a winner. You need any proof? It's right here. She married me. She's a winner. Guys, she's doing some great work. She's on multiple leaderboards over at Sports Memo. She's doing great work. She's going to tell you what she has been doing. She'll tell you what she's going to be doing on the premium side. She's got another free winner, because I know Dionne, she doesn't drop free winners back to back. Dionne, the floor is yours, honey.
Thank you. And as Joey did mention, I did have a nice win yesterday with the Suns. So now I am hitting 66.7% in my NBA releases. I am passing in hoops today, but I do have one NHL game going up later, right after the show. It will be my NHL back of the net play. It'll be posted for just $15 over at Sports Memo. So make sure you head on over there after the show and pick up that winner. And for today's free play, guys, if Damian Lillard was playing today, this line would be much different than what you see. Granted, Memphis is the number 3 scoring team in the NBA, but they have a slew of injuries themselves, both listed as out and as questionable. No matter how much the Ja Morant-led team can score, they still come off back-to-back road losses at Utah. They now visit the Moda Center for their 3rd straight game played as a visitor. And this team has been point spread poison overall, let alone on the road, where they're just 1-5 ATS going back to last season. This does include a 1-4 ATS record this season. On the other hand, Portland is 5-1 so far, both straight up and against the spread. They can score with Memphis even without Lillard on the floor. And defensively, they will definitely frustrate the Grizzlies' offense. Please understand that no matter how good Memphis is offensively, they rank 30th in the league in points allowed, getting plowed for over 121.4 points per game. They've also been dominated in this rivalry, losing 4 of the last 5 meetings straight up and against the number. Giving the Blazers points at home, in my opinion, is a big mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and take Portland in this one.
First Lady of Las Vegas, over 80%, 4 months now on all the Sports Memo TV shows, says it's a mistake giving them points tonight. Your breakdowns and insights are really, really solid.
Thank you.
They're really solid. I like what you said about their 3rd straight game on the road and whatnot. And I like, it's not an easy thing. You got to be bold sometimes when you do this. Without Damian Lillard on the floor, you still say it's a big win, and I love it.
It's a big win.
I love it. I love it. I like it. I want some more of it, guys. The First Lady of Las Vegas, she's got. Now, what do you have tonight?
I have one. I do. I have my.
Is it posted yet?
Not yet. It will be posted right after the show, so make sure you head on over to Sports Memo and pick that up.
I love it. Right after the show, the back of the net play. Where are you getting these names for these games? I don't do hockey, and she comes out with great names for games. I love it. Back of the net play right after the show. It will be posted. Follow Dionne. She's on fire. NHL. She's on fire. NBA. Another winner last night with the Suns. She's a winner. Let's bring everybody back on. We're going to go to my good buddy. You know, he looks so stoic today. He looks so just wonderful. You know, they should put his face on Mount Rushmore. I'll tell you right now. The Greek god of soccer.
There, like,
he's just
playing
sitting
it
back.
cool today.
I love Pavlos Laguretos. I know you do too. And I will tell you, I bet my 14th soccer play since I'm doing games and shows with Pavlos. Sometimes I don't get time. I'm not going to get into why I don't bet online and on my phone on mobile apps. It's not for me. I like to go into the sportsbook, bet a game. To be honest with you, they fade my numbers. The circle goes round and round because I bet a lot. Circles, and then all of a sudden it gets kicked back, and they take a half a point from me, or even a point sometimes. Football, forget about basketball. They will limit me to maybe less than even 3 dimes a play, and they'll still move the line on me. It pisses me off. So I go into the books. But so I don't have a lot of time, but I have bet 14 now of Pavlos' soccer plays, 14-0. He is the best I've ever seen at any individual sport, and I've been working with the best, and I've been doing this in Vegas for 32 years and with some of the best in this industry for over 20. I will tell you, I've never seen anybody as good as Pavlos in any individual sport. And I know he's dabbling in some other sports right now.
Yes.
All right, let me say dabbling doesn't sound right. He has immersed himself in some other sports. Look at that smile. I mean, he's doing great. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side. And he's another free winner for you. Pavlos, the floor is yours.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm mainly a soccer guy, and I've been doing a really good job with 10%, 5%, you name it, all season. 3-0 in 10% max bets since September, 5-0 in Champions League, 5% top bets in the season so far, plus 25.4% profit. I'm plus 111% in profit in 5% and 10% bets since August of last season, when the 10% bets were introduced in Sports Memo, and I'm 17-6 in all 5% top bets so far in the season. So it's been going amazingly, and I do have a 5% top bet for tonight in the Champions League and a 10% Europa League max bet for Thursday. So onwards to our free play. It's a Champions League play for tonight, guys, in a match between Chelsea and Dimamo Zagreb, going live at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, this is decision day in the Champions League. It's essentially the final match day of the group stage, and we'll be focusing on Group E. Now, Chelsea are sitting at the top with 10 points, AC Milan second with 7, Salzburg third with 6, and Zagreb fourth with 4 points. Now, the 2 top teams from each group, they qualify to the next stage, to the knockout stage of the Champions League, and the 3rd team will go to the Europa League. The 4th team is eliminated. Now, Chelsea, they have already topped the group. Nothing that can happen today will change that. They've moved on as top seed in the group. Zagreb, however, they do need a win here and a combination of a result in the other group, in the other match of the group, to be honest. And I think they're going to go for the kill here. And Chelsea, they're coming off a really bad loss at home, on the road, actually, against Brighton over the weekend. They lost by 4-1, and they will rotate heavily in this match because they have another crucial match coming up over the weekend where they'll play against EPL leaders Arsenal. So it's a huge London derby, and since today's match is already decided, they've already topped the group, they'll heavily rotate that squad. Now, Zagreb, if you look historically, they're really good at home, and this is a team that, they're champions of Croatia, and they usually play in the Champions League season in and season out. However, their numbers on the road haven't been very good. Actually, they've been very, very poor. And I just have to say that they haven't won on the road since 1998. They have 17 losses and 3 draws. They've scored in just 5 of those matches, and they conceded 2+ goals in 19 of those matches. However, I think this is a bookie mistake. They give Dinamo Zagreb money line plus 850, and that's a huge mistake when you have a pair between a team that is indifferent. Chelsea are indifferent. They have already topped the group. There's nothing in it for them. Just bragging points, bragging rights, and maybe test a couple of subs. While Zagreb, they're playing for their lives right now. They need a win, but even if they win, it's not necessarily a done deal that they will go through. They need AC Milan to beat Salzburg in the other match of the group. So there's a lot of things that point me towards picking Zagreb plus 1.5 goal. The stakes are really high. Chelsea have already qualified. They will be looking ahead at the weekend match against Arsenal, which is a huge match. And Zagreb know that only a win will keep their qualification dream alive. So I like Dinamo Zagreb plus 1.5 goal at the minus 115. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a point or some points here. So plus 1.5 at minus 115 is the best bet for the day. But I'm throwing some beer money on Dinamo Zagreb money line at plus 850.
Wow. Dinamo Zagreb. Dinamo Zagreb, guys. I thought he was the guy that owned the Mediterranean restaurant down the block from where I live. Turns out it's a big game winner for Pavlos today. And talking about big games, I always talk about me being a big game hunter. His 5 and 10% plays are off the charts. He is a winner. I told you I'm fortunate on the games that I've bet on this show that he has given out to me. He is a winner. He's going to stick around for a couple of minutes after this show. Go over to Sportswell. Go follow Pavlos. I'm going to tell you right now, you won't just follow him to the bank. You'll own the friggin' bank, all right? They'll make you bank president. He's a winner. I love him. You love him. He's going to stick around. I do appreciate Don and Tony sticking around. Guys, if you missed the free plays we've given out on the show, we will run them all down, even Ross's and Kevin's that took off. They had to get their games up for you today. They don't want to miss those advantages on the lines now. Get ready, guys. Adjust the volume on the headsets, the tablets, the computers, the PCs, the volumes, the phones. It doesn't matter because I am excited once again. I may not be able to move my back too much.
I know you're going to toot your own horn in a little bit, but I know that you've been like killing it in NBA, and I believe you're like number 1 in NBA right now, both winning percentage and profit. Am I correct?
You are correct. Yes, sir. You are correct. Yes, I'm doing pretty good. Once again, last year I started the season 3-0, 6-1, and then like 15-4. I never looked back. Always on the top of the NBA leaderboards, or near or at the top. This year, I'm currently ranked number 1. I'm hitting about 69.something%. 100% bettors are up over $1,680 already this season. Another easy winner last night with the the Thunder. That's my homage to AC/DC. Guys, I'm here to give you winners, not action. So I want you to know something. I passed today. I thought, personally, for me, I thought the NBA, the MLB, the college football cards were tough tonight for me. I really did. So I passed today. But with us going full swing in several major sports and college basketball starting in less than a week, this is an ideal time to follow the best big game hunter on the planet. An all sports inclusive package over at Sports Memo. They're available right now, but I wasn't going to leave you hanging. I got a free play for you today. We're going to go to World Series Game 4. All right.
I like that little.
You like that? All right. For a team that possesses one of the most explosive lineups in baseball and that accounted for 10 runs in the first 2 games of the World Series, the Houston Astros were blanked, as we all know, in Game 3, 7-0. They are now down 2-1 and they have their back to the wall. They must even out this series today. This is a team that prior to yesterday's contest were only blanked 10 times this entire season. So once again, let me reiterate that. Through 172 games that they have played so far in 2022, between the regular and postseasons, the Astros were held without a run just 11 times. That just astounds me, guys. I had to double and triple check that, but that is a fact. You can bet your bottom dollar, you can bet your ass, okay, that they will come out swinging today. Aaron Nola, Christian Javier are scheduled starters. Nola, 11-13 with a 3.25 ERA during the regular season, during the postseason. A very respectful 2-1, but his ERA went up to 4.57. On the other hand, Javier, 11-9 during the regular season, a nice 2.54 ERA. Guys, during the postseason, he has a 1-0 mark with a 1.35 ERA. With their back up against the wall and the fact that they were blank yesterday, I expect Houston to come out here and score some runs against Nola. Folks, I'm well aware of the fact that the Phillies are undefeated at Citizens Bank Park this season, but the Astros are 4-0 the last 4 during Game 4 of the series. 7-1 the last 8 versus right-handed starters. 8-2 the last 10 overall playoff games. I got to tell you, it's 4-1 the last 5 road playoff games. And the most important stat, in my opinion, and it really is, it has a big significance here, 37-14 the last 51 following a loss. This team does not string together back-to-back losses. They're a pretty strong team. And let's not, a lot of people are still mad at them from a few years ago. But I will tell you, this is a team that certainly redeemed themselves. They've played well and consistent all season long. I expect this game and this series to be very competitive. But I like the Astros here and getting them in a must-win situation. And this is a must-win, guys. I know 3-1 is really a must-win, but this is a must-win situation because they have to even the series out. I like them. Let's bring this good-looking panel back. We've got a couple of questions and comments. Let's see what we got here.
We got some comments going on?
Well, Don, we got somebody saying Hey, yes, Don, you got to use your famous background next week, Don. Any comments for Mixed by Posty tunes in every day?
Yeah. Well, mixed. Well, Post. I'll see you. I'm hoping I might see you down in Vegas as well. I know you're heading down that way at Thanksgiving, but I'm not sure. I think our dates aren't going to be the same. I'm going for that weekend, and I think you're going the weekend before. But you know what? Maybe I will use that Mexican background. I know Post has a Mexican heritage. He's Mexican American, so maybe I will put that up just for him if he's watching the shows.
You know, never at a loss for words. You're one of our best supporters. He said we have an international show, a Greek, a Colombian, a Sicilian, and a Mexican, Canadian. Guys, I got to tell you, we have the best viewers in the world. I know we've got the best cappers and contributors on the planet, but you guys out there, you always make our day because you're so supportive and loving. And even when you don't agree with what a play we have, you're so respectful. We appreciate you guys. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there that are less than cordial. And you know what? We appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me go around the horn real quick. Tony Mejia, closing thoughts and comments before I run down our plays for our viewers out there.
Just a lot to do today, but the Ratchet play is up on the YouTube channel, I think, already at WagerTalk, and then there'll be some panel videos later. Obviously, watch all our shows. Baseball is going today. We got the college football happy hour show is at 3 Eastern. The NBA tip-off shows at 4:15. So lots to do, but you guys always kick us off. So have a great betting day to everybody.
Guys, I love Tony Mejia. He'll be a fixture here on the First Family Show every Wednesday. Guys, we're going to go over to Pavlos Laguretos. Pavlos, closing thoughts and comments for our viewers, please.
I just want to say that Sports Memo and the Stoppage Time show, where we do with Carmen Bianco and Nick Borman and Kevin Dolan, we have a promo where you buy 1 month of soccer and you get 1 month for free. So it's the World Cup is starting in about 3 weeks from now, so it's going to be a huge deal for that. So buy 1 month, you get 1 month free. I already have a 10% and a 5% loaded, and of course you get all soccer plays throughout the World Cup and before and after. So it's a huge deal.
Great stuff from Pavlos. Wow. Pavlos, by the way, Carmine Bianco and I go to the same hairdresser. But off the record, we won't tell Carmine. We won't tell Carmine. Who's crazier, him or me? Be honest.
That's a tough one, but I think you're crazier.
I love you. I love you both.
I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close.
By the way, just want to tell you guys, Carmine Bianco is one of the nicest people in the history of the world, let alone this business. He's one of the sweetest people. Hit us up last week. He's coming into town. When?
We'll be seeing him at the beginning of December.
Beginning of December. He says, Joe, I'm coming to town. I will not come into town without going to dinner with you and Dionne. Please join us. And I got to tell you, a winning capper, one of the sweetest, most charming guys, but just an absolute, let me tell you, one of the nicest guys on the planet.
So within a week, we're going to see two of our favorite people. We're going to see Don, and then we're going to
Don and Carmine, and I got to tell you, speaking of Don, I always talk about how great he is. And yeah, that's my job as a host to tell you how great these guys are. But I'm not full of bunk. I may be full of hot air, but I'm not full of bunk. I don't lie. Don Buster might be one of the most classy and just the most lovable people in the world. I'm sorry, Don. I know you're a big bear and you're as big as a house. You can knock a brick wall down, but you are one of the sweetest and most lovable guys I have ever worked with.
Like
and I want you to know that every time you're on the show, and we're glad you're back, it makes for a better show for me and Dionne because we know we get to see one of our favorite people. So any closing thoughts or comments for everybody out there? Because everybody loves you, Don.
Oh, thanks for all the kind words, Joe. And again, sorry, it's just been a hectic little few months, and I just couldn't make the shows on Wednesday mornings. It's just the way it worked out. So hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more once that new year comes and we're all settled in here for a good run. You'll see probably too much of me, and who knows? Once we get together in Vegas, you maybe you'll have a different opinion after maybe 20 or 30 pops. You know what I'm saying? But I
got to tell you, Don Buston's going to see too much of him. Don, I got to tell you, when Jesse Schule told me we're going to see too much of him, he wore less clothing on the show. So I hope you're not alluding to that.
No. That wouldn't be good for anybody. No.
I love you guys. Let's run down the free plays for everybody today. Our good buddy Ross Benjamin, who had to take off. He had to get some more games up. Says the Bowling Green Falcons minus the 4.5 tonight. Our good friend Kevin Thomas, guys, one of the sharpest guys in sports betting. He said under 3 in the first 5 in the World Series. Game 4 tonight. Tony Mejia, what do you have for everybody, Bubba?
Under in Central Michigan and Northern Illinois.
Gotta love it. Don Buster, can you tell everybody your free play for the show?
Yeah, we have Toronto first period puck line -0.5 at even money. And best of luck to everyone. And good to see you guys again.
Love you, buddy. Dionne, what'd you have for everybody today?
I'm going with Portland Trailblazers plus the 4.5 points.
My good buddy Pavlos, who it isn't a show unless I make Pavlos laugh his ass off. And we do it every show. Pavlos, what'd you have for everybody today?
Champions League, 2 p.m. Eastern. We have Dimamo Zagreb plus 1.5 goal at -115.
Guys, and before I give out my free play real quick, I got to tell you, my back is in so much pain, but it is better than any, and I don't take painkillers. I refuse to take painkillers. Doing a show with Ross, Kevin, Don, Tony, Pavlos, my wife, I got to tell you, I haven't felt the pain in my back. I will feel it the minute I hit the stop and broadcast button, but I got to tell you, it's a pleasure for me. And your sexy and savory host had the Houston Astros at Pick'em as far as before we went on the air today. I don't know if the line moved since because we've been on a while, but guys, I'd like the Astros to come back today. Tia, can you take us on out of here, please?
I absolutely can. So also follow all of our guests from the First Family Show on Twitter. And make sure you tune in to all of Sports Memo TV shows for a ton of free winners and some great betting insights as well. And on behalf of Sports Memo, Wager Talk, Ross, Kevin, Don, Pavlos, Tony, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, to everybody out there, good luck and have a winning day.